Our vision is a world where every child achieves their equal right to survive, learn, and be protected. One of the biggest barriers to achieving this goal is gender inequality. Evidence shows that gender inequalities are a cause of many barriers to sustainable development and to realizing children's rights. When we talk about gender, we're referring to the socially constructed norms and roles societies place on girls, boys, women and men, and people of other gender identities. These are learned behaviours about what they should or should not do, who they can or cannot be. Gender inequality is about power. Women and girls are often expected to be passive, submissive, and do much more unpaid work. They're often restricted from accessing services or resources, building peer networks, generating income, and making decisions for themselves, their families, and communities. Men and boys are often expected to conform to stereotypes of being strong and tough. They are frequently discouraged from expressing their emotions or caregiving. Instead, they may be taught to use violence to resolve conflicts and enforce power, and expected to do dangerous activities. Societies often discriminate against people because of their gender. Gender is therefore central to what makes a person have power or be at risk. Discriminatory gender norms have a huge impact on our breakthroughs. For example, girls and women are too often denied access to education. A girl like Mina is just one of 31 million girls not gaining primary education, whilst 32 million girls are missing out on secondary school. Girls commonly have to drop out because they're expected to do domestic chores or get married and are at a heightened risk of experiencing sexual and gender-based violence. At the same time, boys face increased risk of corporal punishment or being recruited into gangs. All these risks are exacerbated during humanitarian crises. When people are more vulnerable, inequalities and violence increase, schools are less safe, and gender norms become more restrictive. At Save the Children, gender equality is at the heart of our child rights approach. It's often assumed that equality means treating everyone the same. Actually, gender-sensitive approaches require us to identify and address the different needs of all girls, boys, women, and men, and the different barriers they face. Their experiences are not the same, so the approaches won't be the same. We have to consider all the things that stop a person from having a voice or increase their risk of experiencing discrimination and violence, including disability, ethnicity, sexuality, religion, poverty, and gender identity. We can only achieve sustainable change tackling inequalities by challenging discriminatory gender norms and empowering women and girls. We must be active. We must work with girls and women, supporting them to increase their confidence and agency, including over their own bodies, harnessing their voice and promoting equal participation, and ensuring their equal leadership. We must also work with men and boys to promote gender equality, challenge harmful gender stereotypes, and encourage positive forms of masculinity. Every last child, no matter their gender identity, has the equal right to survive, learn, and be protected. All Save the Children staff, volunteers, and partners can be champions for gender equality. Check out our gender equality policy and range of tools to find out what you can do in your role. Together, we can make a more equal world.